What's up, everyone? This is FP Sticks bringing you a very exciting video today. In this video, I'm going to be recapping my first place run in Go Stadium's Battle for the World tournament. This was just the first phase of this massive tournament. For those of you who don't know what this is, the Battle for the World tournament is this big three-phase tournament that's taking place through Go Stadium, which is a Discord that hosts a lot of remote tournaments, and they do a lot of PvP stuff. So this is the biggest tournament to ever take place, and it's essentially trying to figure out like who are the best battlers in the entire world. So it's going to be a three-phase tournament. This first phase was a bunch of Toxic Cup tournaments that took place, and the winner from each lobby is guaranteed to progress on to phase 3, without having to do phase 2, which is really great. So I was able to win my phase 1. Just short recap of what happened here. I went 4-1 in this 5-round tournament, so we had a big tie for first. Then we had playoffs, and I was able to win the playoffs. But these were one of the few moments in my tournament performance where I was actually very satisfied and proud of my performance. I felt like in a lot of these plays, I was playing at the top of my potential. I also still make some mistakes, but I thought it'd be fun to just recap my run through of these tournaments and kind of point out what I did well, and maybe some mistakes that I made and could still continue improving on. So my first opponent here is Larry DeSeal. This guy also went 4-1 and was one of the finalists in the playoffs that we had to do. So if you look at his team, he's running Golbat, Steelix, Ludicolo, Wormadam, Heracross, and Gliscor. I know it's kind of hard to see here. I'm running Wormadam, Gliscor, Babarrel, Golbat, Shiftry, and Toxicroak. So right off the bat with my line of 3 that I construct, I lead Golbat, hoping to catch his Ludicolo, his Heracross, or his Gliscor. Now, Golbat is going to struggle against Steelix and Wormadam, so I couple my Golbat lead with a Shiftry and a Babarrel in the back. So worst case scenario, if he leads Steelix or if he leads Wormadam, I have 2 things that I can switch into to hopefully play that out. So let's see how this goes. Going into the first game here. So see right off the bat, we're in a Golbat mirror match. He does not have a purified Golbat, so I don't need to worry about whether or not this is running Return or Shadow Ball. So I'm going to go for the Poison Fang here. Whenever I'm playing against a new opponent, I like to maybe throw out a little bit of bait in the beginning and see how they respond. I get no shield, and so I, in turn, actually shield up this Shadow Ball. So correct call on my part there. I'm going to try to go for another bait here, and I really hope that this is going to draw a shield. It does draw a shield. This now puts me at a pretty significant energy advantage, where even if this is a Shadow Ball, it's not going to take me out, and I know that if I land my Shadow Ball, it will take him out, and I will have secured the lead. So going for the Shadow Ball, it takes it out. I'm able to win that lead scenario, and you can see the Ludicolo comes out, which would have been really dangerous for my Babarrel to get stuck against, but now I can safely bring in Shiftry. I do need to watch out for the Ice Beam. I'm expecting a switch out at some point, but Shiftry can definitely handle this matchup with my Leaf Blades. He's still staying in, which is very interesting. I'm wondering, does he have Wormadam in the back? Does he have Steelix in the back? I don't know. I highly doubt he has Heracross in the back. So I make a sacrificial swap into my Babarrel here, because I noticed that since he's staying in with his Ludicolo, he does have Heracross in the back. Man, that is pretty crazy. I'm surprised as to why he did not bring his Heracross into my Shiftry earlier, but Heracross has very favorable matchups against Shiftry and Babarrel. If this is a close combat, I am done. I am done. Oh man, I saw that he was staying in with the staying in with the Ludicolo, and so I thought that whatever he had in the back was going to be weak to Shiftry, so I wanted to preserve that. It did not work out. So I make some changes here. I'm going with my Golbat lead again. And then I'm going with Shiftry and Gliscor in the back because he did bring out his Heracross. So in my view, he thinks that his Heracross has good matchups against my team. So I want to support that a little bit more by throwing Gliscor in the back. And Golbat and Gliscor. Golbat for sure can handle Ludicolo. Shiftry for sure can handle Ludicolo. Gliscor is going to struggle a little bit more. Because Ludicolo can one-shot it with the Ice Beam, so I do need to be careful of that. I catch an amazing lead. Now, whatever comes out, I blind swap my Shiftry into, because Shiftry has such a horrible matchup against the Heracross. Even though this is an unfavorable matchup for me, I'm still okay with this because I'm at least going to be able to get off a foul play, either draw a shield or do about half of this Golbat's health. So he lets the foul play go through. I'm not able to get to another charge move. That is okay. I know he has that Heracross in the back. So I'm actually bringing out Gliscor right now because I'm anticipating that he ran the same line of 3, but maybe swapped the position of his Pokemon. So I'm anticipating the Ludicolo in the back, and my Gliscor is not going to have as favorable of a matchup against that thing. So that's why I brought my Gliscor into the Golbat, able to take it out. But man, my Gliscor is very low in health. Out comes Heracross, and this is very interesting to me. So now I'm a little worried. I'm like, does he have Wormadam in the back? That would be very bad. I'm not going to shield up this close combat. I double resist it. What is in the back? If it's Ludicolo, this is great. Okay, this is great. Ludicolo in the back. Which I'm very surprised as to why he did not bring the Ludicolo into my Gliscor. That would have been a more positive scenario. He could have even farmed up some energy with Bubble there. But I got both shields. This is very favorable for me. I'm just going to double shield these moves. The bubble damage is definitely adding up, but these Poison Fangs are going to be able to take out Ludicolo eventually. Ludicolo is very bulky. It's the annoying dancing pineapple that even in its worst matchups, it's still going to hit you with some neutral damage there. And it has that Hydro Pump nuke, which is very scary. So I'm able to take the second game. So going into game 3 here, it looks like I'm leading Shiftry. So I'm hoping to catch his Ludicolo, his Wormadam, or his Steelix, or his Gliscor. Shiftry can actually hang with Gliscor in the 0 and the 1 shield, which is crazy to think about because Gliscor is a flying type, but because it has that ground typing, Shiftry has some more swag. I am pairing my Shiftry with Wormadam and Golbat in the back. If he leads Golbat, I have my own Golbat or Wormadam to handle that. If he leads Heracross, I have my own Wormadam or Golbat to couple that. So I feel like this line of 3 is pretty safe. I'm just really hoping he leads with that Ludicolo. That'd be really great for me. He leads Golbat, but this is where my line of 3 is going to help me out. I safe swap into Wormadam. If he brought in Steelix, oh man. So this is not what you want to see. Steelix has a very positive matchup against Wormadam, very positive matchup against Golbat, so I need to get this thing out of here. I know he has Golbat in the back, and so at this point, I'm thinking to myself, how the heck do I get out of here? I don't know how I'm gonna win this. I need to get rid of this Steelix, and then essentially I have to just hope that he did not also bring Wormadam into this line, because I'm essentially going to have to give my Golbat 2 shields and hope that it can sweep his back line. So I'm going to bring in my Shiftry. Now in this scenario, I can actually heavily overfarm, and a Shiftry with loaded energy is really going to be able to threaten even the Golbat or the Gliscor. So you see me very heavily overfarming there. I think we even CMP tied right there. This Leaf Blade is going to be enough to take out the Steelix. Out comes the Golbat, and because, oh man, this puts me in a really tough position. So I do commit a shield here because I want to get off this foul play. And the Golbat has to throw another Poison Fang, or I'm going to get to another foul play before I go down. So I am able to get to another foul play. I really want one of these shields gone. I really hope it's Heracross in the back. If it's Heracross in the back, I have won this game. If it's Wormadam in the back, this is really rough. I let the Shadow Ball go through. I thought he was going to bait me. Holy crap. But judging by the fact that he is staying in here, I'm assuming it's Heracross in the back. Can I get a shield with the Poison Fang? No shield. What is in the back? It's the Ludicolo. Okay. This is going to be very, very close. Very, very close. The bubble damage is going to add up. I need to get off another Poison Fang. Barely able to do it. I'm one bubble away from being taken out. Oh my gosh. I still have a shield. Thank goodness. And I'm just barely going to be able to get to this Leaf Blade. Ludicolo cannot stack back-to-back Ice Beams because Ice Beam, I believe, is a 55 energy charge move. And Shiftry wins the CMP, takes out the Ludicolo. I take the first round. Oh, good games there. That was crazy difficult. So this second round is up against... let me pull up the team here. JLP Go, I believe is his name. And let's see what line of 3 I end up bringing in. So we'll watch my Shiftry take out this Ludicolo again, and then I have to pause it really fast. So Leaf Blade takes out the Ludicolo. Cool. Very good game there. Okay, I'm going with a Golbat lead with Wormadam and Babarrel in the back. So Golbat, I'm really hoping to catch Gliscor, Shiftry, or Toxicroak. If he leads Wormadam or Golbat or Babarrel, I can safe switch my Wormadam in there, and then I have my own Babarrel in the back just for some added damage there. So let's see how this works out. I went with a Golbat lead very frequently in these battles. So this technically is not a favorable matchup for Golbat. Babarrel is going to win this. I still have my Wormadam and my own Babarrel in the back. So I will commit a shield here. And then I'm actually going to switch in my Wormadam. Looking at his team, the only thing that is really going to like hard threaten my Wormadam is the Shiftry. And if I use Wormadam as a switch in with an energy advantage, I know some of those matchups I can actually flip. And I know even if the Shiftry were to come in, I'd still get a shield out of that because the Bug Buzz would one-shot it. So he switches in his own Wormadam. We're just playing this out. I really want to get to this Bug Buzz. I'm barely able to get to it, which is really good for me. This is going to do some great chip damage here. No shield. I'm still down a shield. I know that he still has that Babarrel, so I need to be careful of that. I bring out my own Golbat because I know that I'm going to win the CMP tie here on the Shadow Ball. This forces him to commit that shield, and he actually didn't even opt to throw his charge move. But Toxicroak is in the back. This is really rough. Going for the Surf here, but Toxicroak can shield once, farm down. Okay, he definitely could have farmed down there to save the energy. But now the Toxicroak doesn't have near as much energy. I am going to fully commit to the farm down here and load up my Golbat. I let this Mud Bomb go through. I really don't want to tank another Mud Bomb. Barely able to get that Toxicroak out of there. He still has Babarrel, and he still has Wormadam, but I have one shield. Out comes Babarrel. Oh, and I go for the freaking Shadow Ball. I thought it was going to be the Wormadam. Huge mistake, but look at this. This actually still allows me to wing attack farm this thing down. Out comes the Wormadam, and I throw the Shadow Ball. So even though I made that mistake, it actually allowed me to farm up enough energy to take that match. Good first game. All right, going into game 2. Going Golbat lead again. Going Wormadam as my safe switch again because he doesn't have a Steelix or Fire Fang Hippowdon that would really shut that down. And then I'm bringing in Shiftry instead of Babarrel. So we'll see how this works out because I noticed that he brought in his own Wormadam. So my Shiftry is going to be a little bit harder of a check to that. Let's see how this works out. Golbat mirror match. We're going to see this a lot, but this is a purified Golbat. So I'm always questioning, are they running return or not? You never know. So again, I'm going to go for the Poison Fang bait, see how they respond. I get a shield. That's always good when that happens. At this point, I am not going to shield. They try to bait me. It doesn't work out. I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball now. They're either going to have to commit 2 shields or let this thing go. So they do let it go through. I'm in a very positive scenario now. I can just shield this and then farm down their Golbat. At this point, I actually do commit the second shield, and this was a huge misplay. That was only a Poison Fang, so wasted shield on my part. Out comes Wormadam. I do not want that thing to farm me down, so I switch into my own Wormadam. And as we know, the only thing on his team, or the only things on his team that are really going to threaten my Wormadam are his Gliscor and his Shiftry. But my Wormadam is very loaded on energy now, and I do want to get his Wormadam out of the picture. I'm wondering, did he bring in Toxicroak again? I still saved my Golbat with some energy. Out comes Barrel. He still has a shield. I'm going straight for the Bug Buzz. If this connects, this is amazing. And because he brought out Barrel, my Shiftry is going to do amazing in this scenario. I want to leave this Barrel matchup with a lot of stored energy. Even if this is a Hyper Fang, I'm okay. And I know that Shiftry is going to win the CMP tie against that Wormadam. But I can't get too greedy here. That water gun damage is really adding up. So I throw the Leaf Blade. I have just enough health left that I should hopefully get to this Foul Play. I didn't know if I was going to get to the Foul Play, so I clicked on Leaf Blade on accident. Yikes. That was bad. But thank goodness this was a CMP tie. I can now bring in my Golbat and safely get to Shadow Ball. Oh man, so close. Even with that mistake, I was barely able to win that game. Very good game there. Going into game 3, I'm going with the same line of 3 and seeing what happens. Golbat lead again, so let's see how this plays out. Every single battle I had in this tournament was just very close and very difficult. We're in the Golbat mirror match again. This is, man, these mirror matches are just a total mind game on your opponent. It's totally bait dependent. Sometimes you can even double bait, like with Poison Fang. Some people will commit 2 shields in this opening matchup if they really value switch advantage. I really enjoy this Toxic Cup. It's pretty flexible. Sometimes maintaining switch advantage is really the key to winning, but honestly, sometimes shield advantage and energy management is the key to winning, because it's not as hard countery of a cup as like Rose Cup was, or Fusion. A lot of flexibility here. We're in this Wormadam mirror match again. I am up a shield, which is really good for me. I need this Wormadam out of here. Because it's going to really threaten my Golbat. Able to get to another Bug Buzz here. Just chipping away at this Wormadam. I really hope one more Confusion takes it out, and it is, which I don't have to eat a charge move and burn a shield, which is really good for me. I've regained switch advantage, and now this guarantees that my Shiftry is going to be matched up with his Barrel. I'm expecting the switch out at any moment in time. There it is. I instantly switch into my Golbat, going straight for the Shadow Ball here, not messing around. A Shiftry with 2 shields is going to be able to handle this Golbat and this Barrel easily. So I don't shield this up. It is the Shadow Ball. Totally fine by me. I'm actually fully going to commit to a farm down on this Golbat. I know that he's not going to be able to get to another Poison Fang. And then I'm going to be able to dump so many Leaf Blades into this Barrel. Shiftry is very fast, very spammy. I get the shield. It was a CMP tie. Shiftry wins that CMP tie. I shield up the Surf. That wouldn't have been enough to take me out, but there's no sense in risking it right there. This Leaf Blade should be enough to take out the Barrel. Very good game there, so I'm able to take round 2. Round 3 is up against Keyboard Mashing, which is actually a local Colorado battler. And his team... Oh man, his team gave me so many problems. I actually got matched up against him in our Colorado remote lobby, and he beat me in that as well. Spoiler alert, he wins this round. But Ice Fang Drapion, I hate dealing with Ice Fang Drapion, and Galvantula really gave me a lot of problems too. So let's see how we play this out. I'm going with the Toxicroak lead, hoping to catch his Shiftry or his Drapion. Not the best lead. At this point in time, I'm like, maybe Toxicroak can beat that Quillfish, but my counters are going to be resisted where he's going to be hitting me for neutral damage the whole time. At least my Mud Bomb will be hitting for super effective. And then I have Wormadam and Shiftry in the back. So let's see how this goes. Very tough competitor. But I'm so scared of that Ice Fang Drapion because every time I run into someone with an Ice Fang Drapion, they bring it in against my team because it's very strong against my team. So I do catch the Ice Fang Drapion in the lead, which is really good for me because my Shiftry absolutely has to avoid that thing. Going for the Mud Bomb here. I get a shield. It was actually a CMP tie, so I do get a shield there, which is good for me. I will match his shields, but it's only a freaking Fell Stinger. Oh, that really sucks to see. Going for the Mud Bomb here. This is going to be enough to take out this Drapion, or I'm going to get the second shield. So I get the second shield. I'm very surprised that he's staying in this, but I'm looking at my health, and I'm like, I'm going to lose this match. If I commit this second shield, it's worthless. So he now has a very boosted Drapion. Most likely going to bring in my Wormadam to try to farm this thing down. But Wormadam is just too slow. And I know that this is probably going to be an Aqua Tail. And so I shielded up a double boosted Aqua Tail. Man, Fell Stinger on the Drapion really threw me for a loop. Out comes Gliscor. This is not good for me at all. And I'm so late to this switch into the Shiftry. He's got his own Shiftry in the back. But I'm slightly lower in health, but barely ahead on energy. Leaf Blade is the correct way to go in this scenario. But I'm down in health. He was even able to sneak in a Snarl while I was throwing my Leaf Blade, which is not good. This kind of equalized our energy again. We get a little bit of lag. That's all right. I know he still has that Gliscor. Shields are totally down. I'm barely able to survive that. And I'm able to get to this Leaf Blade, which is good for me. But this actually allows Gliscor to farm up one more wing attack. And I am definitely in Earthquake range right now. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to a second Iron Head. Yep, this was even a tie. This Earthquake is just enough to take me out. Oh, man. And then one wing attack takes down my Shiftry. So let's see how I adapt here. But barrel lead. So hoping to catch his Drapion or his Gliscor. Man, it's just his team gives my team so many problems here. If he leads Shiftry, I am absolutely screwed. Look at this line of three. All three of these things are going to struggle against Shiftry. So let's just see how this goes. I'm really hoping even catching the Quillfish I'm okay with. Wormadam is playable. It's the freaking Galvantula, man. Oh, man. So horrible for me. So I bring in my Wormadam. Again, against his team, Wormadam works as a decent switch in. I do need to look out for the Shiftry and the Gliscor. There's the Gliscor. I need to watch out for the Earthquake, as we know. I'm definitely very close to Earthquake range here. I don't shield this up. It's only a Night Slash. So at this point, he can go straight Night Slash, and he's going to be able to take out the or like regain advantage here. Galvantula. I don't know what I'm going to do against that thing, though. My Babarrel's really going to struggle. My Gliscor, luckily, can handle it a little bit. So most likely going to bring out my Babarrel here. I'm able to farm that thing down, but I know that Galvantula is going to come out. I really want to get out of there. And it's Shiftry in the back. Oh my gosh. This is going to be very rough. In the 0 and the 1 shield scenario, I believe Shiftry can take this. And we're pretty much on even energy here. So there's essentially, I don't think there's any way that I'm coming out of this with a win. Shiftry is going to be able to get to a lot of Leaf Blades here. You can see how much damage it does. I really need to farm that thing down, and I'm able to do it. I need to get this Night Slash off on the Galvantula. I get the last shield. I'm able to get another Night Slash off. However, Galvantula is going to win the CMP tie against my Babarrel. I switch in my Babarrel, trying to water gun this thing down as much as I can. I didn't have a surf loaded, so this is rough. Discharge is enough to take me out. I'm pretty sure he has enough for another discharge. Oh my gosh, barely able to wing attack it down. I could not believe that I won that match. So I'm going Shift Tree lead here, hoping to catch his Wormadam, his Gliscor, or his Galvantula, or his Quillfish. I don't know why I didn't lead with freaking Shift Tree on the first match. But my Shift Tree needs to watch out for Ice Fang, Drapion, and Gliscor isn't super great. But if he leads Ice Fang, Drapion, this is pretty much over. Because as you can see from this line of 3, all I really have to answer that is going to be my Wormadam. So let's see how this goes. Pretty sure he leads the Drapion here. Game over. There's no way that I can get around this. The only option I have is to switch in my Wormadam. And I know he's going to switch out. And I know I'm going to lose this secondary matchup. Even if I double shield and regain switch advantage, it's still pointless. Because my Wormadam is going to be so low in health, he's still probably going to be up a shield, which isn't going to be able to threaten the Drapion that much. Yeah, so because I had that horrible lead scenario, and this line of 3 was very weak to Ice Fang Drapion, but he was really in my head. He did not bring the Drapion in that second match, but he brought it in the third match, so he just kept me guessing the whole time. I made a bad call. I am able to get off this Iron Head here on this Gliscor, but it does not matter. This Gliscor still has loaded energy. Make sure we're still recording here. Sometimes this thing freezes. All right, we're looking good. This is so rough. Drapion's going to come back in, and all I can do is threaten it with these little leaf blades. Oh my gosh. At this point, I'm just like, just kill me now, man. Just take me out. This is so bad. It's a Fell Stinger. Look how much damage it does. He's ramping up his Ice Fang. He's going to shred my Gliscor. This is absolute trash. Holy cow. I'm going to let this go. It's just a Fell Stinger. He's ramping it up. Oh, yeah. Night Slash ain't going to take this thing out. Definitely not. Okay, so I lose that round. Bad team comp on my part. Very good games to keyboard mashing. We're going into round 4 here up against Quacky Carp. Rocking Golbat, Swellow, Babarrel, Flygon, Escavalier, and Scizor. I'm going with a Babarrel lead, hoping to catch his Golbat or his Swellow I'm okay with. Flygon is a little iffy. Escavalier is not good. And Scizor, I'm assuming he's running Bullet Punch on it, so I'm okay with that. So I couple my Babarrel with a Golbat and Gliscor in the back, because both of those things can handle Flygon and Escavalier. Let's see how it works out here. So going into the first game, Babarrel mirror match. Oh boy, I hate mirror matches so much. That's one of the reasons why I really enjoy Pokedraft. That's like my favorite form of PvP, because you never run into a mirror match, because it's just so mind game and iffy. I shield up the Hyper Fang. I'm going for a Surf Bait here. Let's see if he takes the bait. I do get a shield, really good for me. That puts me up in energy advantage. And now he switches in his Escavalier, and his Escavalier is now switch locked against my Gliscor. I did not bring out my Golbat because my Gliscor is going to struggle against his Babarrel, so I really want to avoid that matchup there. Going straight Night Slash. Now, even if this is an aerial ace, I don't think it's going to be enough to take me out. I barely survive. This is going to force him to either commit a shield to regain control or just let it go. He lets it go. We're still even in shields. I'm still in control of this match, which is really good for me. Out comes Golbat. And now this is going to be interesting. I know he still has the Babarrel, so we have the same exact 2 Pokemon remaining. So I want to get a Surf off on this Golbat first. And if we remember correctly, his Babarrel doesn't have that much energy because it switched out after after that first interaction there. So I switch in my Golbat to hopefully catch a Poison Fang here. And it works out. He dumps his energy into my Golbat. This puts me at a pretty significant advantage here. I'm worried that he's going to try to sacrificial swap into the barrel, and there it is. I did not want to land a Shadow Ball on that thing. It would have been absolutely horrible. So I held onto my energy. Going to go straight Poison Fang here, but I'm getting very close to being in Surf range. Dangerously close here. The barrel has to throw the Surf. It cannot commit to farming me down. And I am in Surf range. Down goes Golbat. Out comes my barrel. I really need to get to this Surf. Oh my gosh. Is this Poison Fang enough to take me out? Holy crap. I'm not able to get to the Surf, and I lose that first game. So freaking close, man. So I'm going with a Toxicroak. Let me get to that again. Looks like I'm going with a Toxicroak lead here. Hoping to catch his Barrel, his Escavalier, or his Scizor. And then I'm bringing in Golbat and Barrel in the back. Let's see how this goes. Because it looks like he likes his Escavalier a lot. He brought it into that first game. Horrible lead. Horrible lead. So I mirror with my own Golbat. His team doesn't really have anything that punishes a Golbat switch in because there's no Wormadam. So in theory, yes, Barrel beats Golbat, but not when I have an energy advantage like this. So at this point, I can commit my one shield here. And then I'm really hoping that I can take out this Barrel. I was not brave enough to go for the farm down here. I do throw a Poison Fang. This is going to force him to either... Okay, so I have regained control of this match, but I am down a shield. Out comes Escavalier. This is very interesting. He's trying to go for a very aggressive farm down. I'm going for a Poison Fang bait here. I get a shield. Really good for me. I'm continuing to do a decent amount of damage with these wing attacks, and this actually forces him to dump his energy into my Golbat. He was very worried about being hit by that Shadow Ball, but this is great because now my Toxicroak can completely avoid the Golbat. Really good for me. Aerial Ice is going to hit for super effective. I don't even care. Out comes Golbat. I needed to get my Barrel in here as quickly as possible because Barrel wins against Golbat, but it's very close. So if that Golbat has a pretty significant energy advantage, it's going to be rough. I am going to shield up this Poison Fang. I need this Golbat gone. He still has a shield. This is going to be absolutely ridiculously close. I'm over farming here. I know it takes 5 wing attacks to get to a Poison Fang. I get the last shield. Here comes a Poison Fang. I need to over farm here and hope that I can take out that Escavalier in the back. So I throw the Surf. I left my Barrel with minimal farming health for the Escavalier. Out comes Escavalier. Oh my gosh, I'm just hoping that this Mud Bomb is enough to take out this Escavalier. It's barely enough. I barely take that second match. Holy cow. Okay, we're going into game 3. And it looks like I am going with the same exact team because I now realize, hey, his team doesn't have anything to punish a Golbat switch in. So let's see how this goes. Absolutely insane matches. These are some of the best players in the world. Oh my gosh, the horrible lead again. Okay, gonna mirror with my Golbat. And he's opting to stay in, farm a lot of energy. I'm assuming this is going to be a Shadow Ball. It is. I correctly shield it. Really good for me. At this point, I need to commit probably 2 shields in this matchup because it is very important that I regain control of this match. And I am just hoping that he brought in the same line of 3. Because if I can win out this secondary match, it's going to ensure that my Toxicroak doesn't get aligned with his Golbat. This time I do commit to the farm down. I'm down 2 shields, but that is okay. Out comes Golbat again. I'm going to go for a Poison Fang bait here. I need to get these shields gone. He does not take the bait. I am really freaking out here, so I'm going for the Shadow Ball. Please go through. He's probably going to shield us up, though. Ah, great read. Great read. I want to get some last second Poison Fang chip damage on this Golbat. And it goes through. but this Golbat is so heavily loaded. So at this point, I bring in my Barrel. I'm really hoping that it is the Escavalier in the back. This is great. So I blind swapped into my Toxicroak. This is going to be an Aerial Ace, but we know it's not enough to take me out. And we actually CMP tied there. I'm throwing the Mud Bomb now. I get the last shield. He farms me down. He does not have enough for an Aerial Ace yet. Oh my gosh. I lose the CMP race here. This Aerial Ace is not going to be enough to take me out. I commit to the Water Gun farm down. I'm going for the Hyper Fang on the Golbat. This is going to be enough to take it out, and I'm going to take this match incredibly close. Very good game, Cracky Carp. We are going into the final round here. At this point, Dobby was undefeated. Dobby K9. Huge shout out to him, man. He has been doing so well in these remote tournaments. I've been in a couple tournaments with him, and he's just been putting on the heat, winning so much. So I was very nervous for these finals. It was up to me to create this big tie. So he's rocking Ice Fang Drapion. I hate that thing. And he's rocking Wormadam, Babero, Golbat, Flygon, and Toxicroak. So I'm going to lead with Gliscor. I know it's going to beat his Wormadam, it's going to beat his Flygon, and it's going to beat his Toxicroak. If he leads Ice Fang Drapion, I have two things that can handle that. If he leads Golbat, I also have two things that can handle that. If he leads Babero, this is not going to be super great for me. So let's see what happens. Please don't lead Drapion. Please don't lead Drapion. It's Golbat. Okay, this is bad, but it could be worse. Gonna farm up some energy here. And then I switch into my Wormadam. He switches into his own Wormadam. So again, his team doesn't have anything to directly punish a Wormadam switch in. Flygon is a really good response to Wormadam. But that's kind of on an even energy scenario. If Wormadam can get an energy advantage, it can kind of flip that a little bit. So he's forced to switch in his own Wormadam. I still have my Babero in the back, which we know that my Babero is going to be able to handle that Golbat as well. So that's okay. I do commit a shield here because I want to regain control of this match. He mirrors his own shield. Great play. I do have a 1 Confusion's worth energy advantage. So he brings in his own Golbat. And it's a Shadow Ball. It's enough to take me out. Okay. Great play. My Wormadam is down. I know he still has his own Wormadam, but now this Golbat is going to be stuck against my Babero, and this thing is within surf range now. I can tank a Poison Fang, and then I'm going to overfarm a little bit. And right before he gets to the Poison Fang, I'm going to throw a Surf. So maximum energy farming there. Down goes the Golbat. Out comes the Wormadam. I did not want this thing to get off a charge move, so I throw my Surf. This is either going to get the last shield, or he's going to... Okay, he lets it go. What's in the back? Ice Fang Drapion. And at this point, I'm like, frick. Because I have my Gliscor. I get the last shield. I'm like, I need to hit the Earthquake. I need to hit the Earthquake. I'm going to be able to get to it because I saved this shield. Thank goodness he shielded that Surf. Oh my gosh, it would have been game over if he would have let the Surf go through, because the only thing that I had to threaten it was this Earthquake nuke. So good first game. Second game, I'm going to lead Babero. So this is going to be good against the Drapion, the Golbat, and it's somewhat playable against Flygon. If he leads Wormadam, I have my own Wormadam to switch in, but I'm also putting Toxicroak in the back. I'm bringing in 3 things that beat Ice Fang Drapion because I am sick of dealing with that thing. So let's just see how this works out, man. This is anti-Ice Fang Drapion team. There it is, man. Okay. Really good for me. He mirrors with his own Babero. This Babero is stuck against my Toxicroak. It is a dream scenario. I am going to shield this up, commit to the farm down. I know he still has Ice Fang Drapion, which Toxicroak is going to do really well against. Did he bring in Wormadam? Did he bring in Golbat? What is he going to respond with on this Toxicroak? Out comes Golbat. Okay. So hopefully I'm going to be able to double Mud Bomb here. You can see I'm running Dynamic Punch instead of Sludge Bomb. That's just because I chose it for one of my first tournaments, and then I'm stuck in all these remote lobbies, so I can't change my moveset. But I get 2 Mud Bombs off really great. He commits to the farm down. I'm down a shield. We know he still has Ice Fang Drapion, so I want to save my Barrel for that Drapion. I'm expecting a switch out at some point. He goes for straight for the Shadow Ball. Great play. I didn't want to commit my last shield on that. Out comes the Drapion. He actually timed the switch out on the Golbat like absolutely perfectly, so the confusion damage did not register. I bring out my Barrel. I need to watch out for the Crunch. If this Drapion is running Crunch, it's going to be very scary. So let's see. He definitely has enough energy for a Crunch. I correctly shield up the Crunch, thank goodness. This pretty much solidifies the win here, because this Surf is going to be able to take it out. It takes 7 Ice Fangs for Aqua Tail and 9 Ice Fangs for Crunch, if I remember correctly. So I take that second game, which solidifies the big tie for first place. So we're going into a game 3. Looks like I'm going Barrel, Wormadam, and Toxicroak again. So let's see if this line of 3... This is the I hate Ice Fang Drapion line of 3. Barrel mirror match. We've seen this a lot. If he is running Ice Fang Drapion in this, this will still give my Toxicroak some usage. But otherwise, Toxicroak is totally useless in this line of 3 if he did not run Drapion. Because the only other positive matchup it had was against that Barrel, so we'll have to see. We're stuck in this Barrel mirror match. We're just playing it out. I'm going for a Surf Bait here. And I do get the second shield, really good for me. I really want to maintain control of this matchup. I shield up the Hyper Fang, so I'm added a big energy advantage again. Is he going to switch out? No, he's staying in this, but this should only be a Surf, which isn't enough to take me out. Is he going to switch out now? Okay, he stays in. I'm going to be able to land the Hyper Fang, and this is going to solidify the lead for me. Out comes Golbat. This is amazing, because I know my Wormadam can get on the Golbat. I'm going to expect an immediate switch out. So whatever it is, I'm going to blind swap into my Toxicroak. I know this is going to be a Shadow Ball. Is it the Drapion in the back? Is it the Drapion? Let's see the Drapion, man. There's a brilliant switch. Okay, Drapion catches the Iron Head. Gonna bring out my Toxicroak. His Golbat is pretty loaded on energy. I need to watch out for that. But I'm fully committing to fast moving down this Drapion. It's not going to be able to take me out. And then I'm actually going to hopefully land a Dynamic Punch on the Golbat. Even though it's double resisted, Dynamic Punch is a really good move. And this is going to be just enough to take out the Golbat, and I was able to win that. Holy cow. Those were some crazy tough battles. From there, we went on to play the finals, and I got matched up against House Stark. I was barely able to beat him. Huge shout out to him. He's a very, very tough competitor to beat. He's actually an elite trainer right now, so it's very tough. And Larry DeSeal, it was me and him in the finals, and I was able to take that. But let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be on my friends list and support the channel, head on over to my Patreon. The link will be down in the description. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.